Hello. Welcome to another reading. Welcome to another message. So it is post Aries full moon, the last super moon of the year. I believe it was 4 this year, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that Pisces full moon was 1 as well. And it is pre Libra new moon. Okay, we have a eclipse coming up here. I was looking it up for a tarot scope that I was doing earlier, and it's called the Ring of Fire, I believe, is what this eclipse is referred to, because if I'm not mistaken, the moon doesn't completely cover the full disk of the sun. I'm not sure. I think that was it. So it creates kind of like this bright ring of light here. So I'm not necessarily saying that that's what I'm pulling cards on is the full moon and new moon, but I just know that a lot is going on. More than I even think I have the words for or the energy to fully get into, but I'm going to try my best, or just allow the messages that come through. What comes through comes through. I do have 3 decks out here: my Soul's Journey Oracle, my Crystal Mandala Oracle, and then my Pocket Tarot, the Wild Unknown Pocket Tarot. So we'll see what I'll get into. It might be all 3. It might just be 1. We'll see. Yeah, so before we get into cards, or as I'm shuffling cards, I guess we can just tap into the energy that's going on. 1 second. I didn't know this chair squeaked as much as it is. I don't think it's bad, but it's something, so just be aware of that. I definitely want to pull from this Soul's Journey. Actually, I think I'm going to start off with my Soul's Journey Oracle, because really the vibes that I'm getting is like, so many of us have been redirected. So many of us, like, our eyes have been open to certain things that we were unable to see, not prepared to see, not willing to see, whatever the case might be. Okay. And our eyes have been opened. We have been exposed to a lot of truth. A lot has been revealed. That Pisces full moon, I also feel like it did a really great job of taking off those rose-colored glasses and seeing things for what it is. And again, like, just getting focused a little bit. Just imagine like you freaking out, like you're really freaking out about something, and you know your friend comes up to you and they kind of just shake you a little bit. It's like, get a hold of yourself. Kind of, I guess, like in those scenes, like scary movies where like the person is really losing it, and it's like, okay, we have to come up with a plan. If we're gonna make it out of here, if we're gonna live, like, we have to come up with a plan. You gotta stop losing it for a second. Like, I understand, but we gotta think straight here. We gotta think clearly. Just imagine your spirit team being that friend that kind of lovingly shakes you back to reality and grounds you a little bit. Yeah, because I'm getting like some people spinning off on a certain path that was only meant for a certain amount of time in your life, and it's like it was prolonging a bit. So I feel like these last full moons, eclipse energy is really coming through to wrap some shit up, because come 2024 we are truly we are going to be living very abundant. Right, 2024, someone mentioned that it's an 8-year next year. So a lot of abundance, wealth, success. It definitely gives the energy of like the harvest year. And basically what's going to happen in 2024 is you are truly going to reap what you sow. So when I say abundant, when we think about abundance, a lot of you'll go to, I know I go to it as well. It's like, you know, abundantly wealthy, abundantly successful, abundantly happy, being abundant in love. Like, it's just this very cute type of energy. But we can also be abundant in fears and unhealthy practices, toxic patterns. Like, we could be abundant in a lot of things. You could be abundant in bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, your whole life you just filled with bullshit. So it doesn't necessarily have to be this positive thing. So what I'm saying with that is in 2024, you're going to abundantly receive an abundance of what you have put in. Some people have been planting seeds of bullshit, and you're going to get an abundance of bullshit sent back to you. So please be aware of that. And I definitely feel like we, every year we reap what we sow. There is a harvest season. Some things are more instant, some things are more prolonged. But in 2024, it's really, you're going to be able to see what people have been doing for the past few years based on what they are going to be abundant in. Some people are going to be abundant in complaints. Some people are going to be abundant in shitty relationships. Like, damn, you just got out of another shitty relationship. Some people are going to be abundant in good news every time you hear from them. Something awesome is happening in their life. Some people are going to be abundant maybe in kids and money. Like, it's going to be different. But what people are receiving in 2024 is so representative of the work they've been putting in the past few plus years, depending on where you are on your journey. That's another message. Someone tweeted earlier, and it really locked this message into me. We all reach certain parts of our awakening, whatever, coming back to ourselves. We all have that light bulb moment at different times. And there are some people who have had that light bulb moment, who've been on the spiritual journey, who prioritizes self, their own journey, their own path, knows the importance of self, right? People not out here lost in the world, right? They've been on that. And then, it's another wave that comes after them, and then another wave that comes after them. So just be mindful of what wave you're in. I do feel like a lot of people who have been on this journey for a while, maybe you're experiencing frustration, or you're just like, bro, why are things not moving at a certain pace? Like, why do things feel so heavy? The energies are really intense right now because that's not nice. I just heard we're wrapping up the duds. Like, at this point, to not ascend, to not have shit click, to not tap in with yourself, to not try to do any type of internal work, to still be so wrapped up in external things, like, child, honey, with the shit that's going on now, just having a conversation with some people, two people in my life, they're, older, we were talking, but one thing we could all agree on is the world is crazy. The world is crazy, and there's so many reasons to be afraid, scared, like, oh my God, what's happening? What's happening is you have to be your star player. It has to start with you. What's happening is escaping in certain people, certain things, just things outside of yourself. It's not cutting it. And if you are able to do that, it's going to get harder and harder to try to escape into everything other than yourself, to avoid the internal work. So yeah, just know what wave you're on and understand that we don't all quote unquote awaken at the same time. Yeah. Okay. So I just want to see, like, what aspects of our soul are being highlighted right now. Surrender and success. Our ability to truly surrender. Whatever surrender looks like to you is going to look different. Or people are going to be at different stages of surrendering. Okay, I know for me, what looked like surrender last year does not look like surrender now, so it's going to change. It's just a message to be empathetic towards where other people are on their journey. Be empathetic, but also, again, be mindful. Thought I had an explanation for that, but I really don't. Okay. Envy. Some people need to get a message of, like, don't be envious of where somebody is on their journey. Don't waste time comparing where other people are on their journey versus where you are. Like, it's just not. Yeah, let's wrap that up. let's wrap those thoughts up immediately. Okay. Aspects of our soul being highlighted. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Yeah, instead of comparing yourself to other people's journey, like compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Compare yourself to who you were last month, last year, right? Are you more disciplined? Are you putting in more effort for your desires? Do you think you're getting better? Do you think that you're evolving? That's really where you're going to see change happen. It's not so much us looking over other people's path and trying to compare it, because their journey is obviously different from ours. However, we can compare ourselves to past versions of ourselves, okay? What we're doing now versus what we were doing. Hopefully you see some growth, evolution, and if not, hopefully you can be honest enough with yourself to admit that and make different and certain changes here. But our ability to be disciplined, our ability to stand on business, our ability to do exactly what we say we're going to do. You say you're done dealing with a certain situation, you're done dealing with certain type of people, you're done putting up with certain things, stand on that. Don't just say it when it's easy, when it feels good, stand on it. Okay, those intentions and goals that you set for the beginning of the month, as excited and enthusiastic as you are about it on the 1st, be just as excited, enthusiastic, and disciplined about it on the 15th. Okay, this is about remaining true to, again, what we say we're going to do. Yeah, it's just standing on business. Our ability to stand on business is really getting called out, and I really feel like that was that Aries full moon. Don't just talk about it, be about it type of energy. The success card wanted to flip out, but not really. Someone here, like, you're wondering why something isn't successful. You're not being disciplined about it, to be honest. We have loneliness. I know that I am never alone. So I definitely get that energy. A lot of the collective, for different reasons, are feeling alone. That right there, if we're all feeling alone, that's how we know we're not alone, right? You're not alone in feeling alone. But I know that that's definitely a message coming up, especially for divine feminines. And really what I think was being called into play with this loneliness here is our ability to truly show up as ourselves, because some people you have a lot of friends, you have a quote unquote social life, and yet you still feel lonely a lot of the time. And maybe that's because you don't feel like you're showing up as your true self. You don't feel like anyone really gets who you really are, right? Maybe certain parts of you is popular, right? But your whole self isn't as popular. I hope that makes sense, because that's really all I got in regards to that. But yeah, this is a message. You're not the only person feeling alone. You're not the only person feeling like, or just going through that phase of like, okay, either I need to, I need more friends, I need more people to hang out with, I need more people to connect with, I need more like minds, like souls, or I have people around me who care about me and I care about them, but there's certain parts of myself who feel lonely because I can't allow those parts of myself out when I'm around other people. Does that make sense? You're only giving people a fraction of yourself, and the rest of you feels lonely because it can't come out and play. Only when you're alone can these parts of you come out and play. So that's being called to light as well. We have peace. Peace and joy. Those words have been following me around a lot, to be honest. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. So some people feel alone because you just like, you're cutting people off. And yeah, there's a message here. Someone doesn't want to be disciplined and cutting people off because they're not prepared to feel lonely. However, you might feel this for a little bit, for a short amount of time, but what's eternal, what stays forever is peace. What comes back into your life is peace, right? When you can leave certain things, certain people behind, especially if they're not giving you peace by being around. Blame. Taking accountability, our ability to take accountability is being brought into light. Who are you pointing the finger at? Who are you playing the blame game with? We have balance, bottom of the deck. So what I really see is the collective here is coming out of this energy of pointing the finger and instead being able to have that balance of accountability. Like, I played my role and you definitely played your role too. Okay, it wasn't just me, it wasn't just you. We both contributed to whatever went down here. So you and someone else taking accountability, you'll notice how you're better at taking accountability. The people around you are better at it. What I'm really getting here is people being able to apologize, people being able to say, like, my bad. People being able to, yeah, I guess I should take accountability. I don't know. That's like a beautiful change that I'm seeing, and that's a service to everyone when you're able to take a moment and just be like, okay, again, you still did some shit. I'm not saying that you weren't accountable for anything, but I'm also not going to say you were accountable for everything, right? When we're able to do that, admit our faults where we could have done better, that's us doing a service to ourselves and to others, to the world overall. Because that's going to encourage the next person to take accountability in another situation, right? You never know how your actions, things that you're just doing for yourself, you think you're doing it for yourself, like, oh, this is what a healed person would do. This is what my therapist, said I should do. This is what my spiritualist, my guru, my shaman said that I should do. So to help me heal, I'm going to do this thing. You never know how that is then going to inspire the next person, be like, yeah, let me do this too. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. It's like the collective is being watched, but we're all being watched by one another. Like, we're all watching one another. What do they say? Like, kids, they tell parents to really be careful because kids really watch their parents or guardians and take after them. So just be mindful. Okay? We're all inspiring one another. You holding the door for someone is going to inspire them to hold the door for the next person. We're all inspiring one another's moods, affecting one another's moods. So just be mindful of that, right? Are you trying to change somebody's mood to be more negative and down, or are you trying to uplift them? Okay, I'm done with this deck. Wow, I finished shuffling and we have the love card, bottom of the deck. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Yeah. Living in that energy, being in this energy is very, very beautiful. Then we have surrender under that. It's like that's a form of surrender. Choosing to love, choosing to see the beauty in all things, choosing to see the purpose in all things, choosing to, I don't know, just find the good wherever you can, even if it's like super, super fucking small. Like, that's a state of surrender. You're not trying to be so controlling about what the future looks like, because it doesn't matter, because in any scenario, in any situation that plays out, right, you're going to be able to find a beauty in it. You're going to be able to bring love into that situation. That's a form of surrender. I don't need to worry about what's coming next. I'm going to always have an open heart to it. I'm going to always be receptive to it. I'm going to always look for the lesson, the blessing in it. So what do I need to sit here and try to control everything that's going down? Okay, so I feel called to pull from this deck, and I just want to see what's going on in a worldly sense, okay? That's what I feel called to ask from this deck that we need to be aware of. Because I feel like I really read for healers, other readers, occultists, okay, channelers, mediums, psychics. I don't know if I said healers already, shamans, like, people on this is a spiritual war, right? When people say World War III would be more so spiritual, like people on the front line. I feel like that's what I really read for. So I think it's important to know what's going on in a worldly sense. It's like watching the news, but like the real deal, and I'm not lying to you. And the last thing I want you to do is to watch this and be afraid. So it's a big difference. And what's so funny is I wanted to be a broadcast journalist. Like, I studied it for years. I studied it in high school, college, like journalism, broadcast journalism, being on the camera. And I loved it, but It wasn't my thing. It wasn't for me. It wasn't my path. Maybe in another lifetime I wasn't as awakened, or it took me longer to be awakened. I don't know. Another realm. I am sitting down on Channel 4 News. It's pretty awesome. Oh! Child. We have, okay, descending power. 333, you could be seeing that. What's going on a, like, worldly sense? The powers that be are about to be the powers that were. We are wrapping it the fuck up. Okay, we are wrapping it up. What's going on is truly, and it's going to take time. It's going to take time. The rules are changing. What's that saying? The rules of engagement are changing. Like, it's not the same world, man. For real, for real. We have divine perfection at the bottom. I was thinking, I don't know who it was. Somebody was talking about, like, oh, I do know who it was. Check him out. His name is Q Reeves. Probably heard of him. CUE space and then REAVES, and I believe it was him. I watch like a lot of I watch a lot of things, so I'll just say that. And he was talking about, you know, like, we could live in a world without like street lights and street signs and stuff like that. I really hope that was him, because I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I think it was. Anyway, and yeah, it's like this energy of, there's been a lot of human obstruction, and it's portrayed as, oh, we need this because if we didn't have it, we would be lawless, chaotic beings. And not to say for some people, in some cases, that's not true, but in a sense, it's just not true. Right? And I don't know, I just see us getting back to our natural state of being. It's like, in a lot of ways, we're cutting out the middleman. Because there's a lot of middlemen in our lives, distractions, right? Things we feel, okay, I have to go outside of myself to get this. And I see that changing. The powers and the structures that uphold the society that encourages us to walk away, ignore, downplay our connection with Earth, our connection with each other, our connection with animals, insects, plants. Everything that tells us, oh no, we need a middleman for that. Oh, you can't do that yourself. You don't know how. We'll do that. We'll take care of it, right? It's like that's being dismantled. That's being crushed down. It's like a parent who really raises their child to believe that they can't do anything on their own. At first, it might seem really dope. Like, you're a spoiled kid. Your parent does everything for you. They cut the little sides off your sandwiches. They do your laundry, all of these things. And then you get up and you be an adult and you see all your other friends and stuff, and they know how to do their own laundry. They buy their own groceries. They can make their own dinner. They could, right? It's like they're fully functioning adults. And it's kind of, it's a difference between being a helpful parent and then being like an enabling parent that's like stifling their child. I don't want to ramble, but there are a lot of ways that we are stifled and kept almost like docile a little bit. And all of that is just changing, and it's descending, and it's going away, simply put. And again, this is going to take time. It is going to be uncomfortable. It already is uncomfortable, okay? It might be more uncomfortable for others than it is for you, whatever the case might be. And that's why it's an important message to be empathetic and understanding as much as you can. But there were just a lot of powers that be that got in the way of what was already perfect, what was already divine, what we already understood. It's like you doing something, you're doing it well, and somebody comes up to you and like, oh, no, you're doing it wrong. Here, you gotta do it like this. And then they just do it their own way. It's like, I wasn't doing it wrong. I was just doing it my way, right? And we're coming back to that understanding of, no, there is no wrong. It's just you like to do it that way. I like to do it this way. That's cool. We don't have to have this societal structured rule book on how to do things, and everything else is illegal, criminal, wrong, blah 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 blah. But this is also within the spiritual community. What I really see is like the overall message is people they're coming home to themselves, to source, right? You are your greatest resource, and people are walking around with that understanding. So there are certain people, spiritualists, if you will, whatever, who have reigned supreme, getting people to believe again the power was outside of themselves, and oh, you can only come to me as a spiritualist and I'll help you through this, blah blah blah. Anyone who is riding around with this belief of you need me, you need me, not oh, I can help you, I can assist you, I can be a guide. No, you need me specifically. You cannot get to where you're trying to go without me. Those people are losing their power. And it's because what's really happening is just the truth is being revealed. People are saying that's bullshit. That's bullshit. You need you. I need me. We can help each other. We should help each other. We're encouraged to help each other. We're stronger and better if we help each other. But, I don't even think I want to go like further than that. I don't know. It's just so much energy being moved through, and it's really beautiful. It's really dope. What a time to be alive, man, for sure. But like, it's kind of like the band that was still playing when the Titanic was like going down. Like, I get it. Oh, you got to die. Fuck it. Like, whatever. And in this sense, we're not literally about to die. Die for us is more so spiritual and just shit changing and transforming, right? But I mean, that's what death is, period. Like, they were going to leave these bodies and go somewhere else, but we're not going to get into that. But it's this energy of accepting your fate. We accept the fact that, yes, shit is really about to change, man. It already is. COVID already really showed us how things are about to change. Like, it's just going to be a new dynamic, new systems, new ways of life. Like, we've accepted that. A lot of us, not all of us, remember those ways, right? Some people are still not seeing it like that. And hey, take your time, but hurry the fuck up for the sake of all of us. Where's I going with that? Literally, what the fuck was I saying? Yes, we've accepted that fate. Things are changing. But it's like, okay, the rules are still in place now. So we kind of still have to like put up with this, even though we know that shit is drastically changing. Certain things we have to keep doing that we know in a year to 5 years is going to be obsolete. No one's going to care about that. But that's life. It's playing the game. Even though you know there's level 32, like, you still have to play level 15, 16, 17, or you'll never get to level 32. So it's kind of that energy. Okay. What can this collective, okay, whoever is tapping in, whenever you are tapping into this reading, I don't keep my readings up for long though, so like, I'm the queen of deleting shit. Any type of content I make, I will delete it if I feel like, okay, it's been up long enough. People it meant to connect with, it connected with. But yeah, what can this collective, whoever is watching and listening into this, what can they expect? Okay, expect to play out, expect to happen. Daughter of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. Good news, hearing good news, hearing something very exciting, very promising. Okay, a very promising offer coming in, something looking good, something looking up, positive. Okay, this is like crying over a message, right? You haven't received a message from somebody, so you start crying over it. And then, like, boom, 5 minutes later, you get a notification that they messaged you. It's that type of energy. Something you feel is lost, something you're crying over, something you're emotional about, receiving it, hearing good news in regards to it. It's, yeah, it's like finding hope again. Is that a book? Finding Hope? Or was that a show on MTV? What was that show on MTV where, like, that lady kidnapped her and I think she found out about it years later? I don't know. Random. Well, nothing is random, so that could be a message. Page of Wands. What else? I just saw the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. Something finally coming in. Your ship's coming in. A client has said that to me the other day. She felt like her ships were coming in. Lakes, ponds could be significant. Queen of Wands. Beautiful. Doubling down. This is like playing, what is that, blackjack, and saying hit me, and everybody looking around like, bro, no, like you should have stayed. And you're like, nah, hit me. And boom, you get exactly 21. It's that type of energy. So somebody could be gambling and you went in big here. Okay. I'm also getting a message of stop while you're ahead. Don't try to push it. Don't go overboard. Okay, that's like the second time I brought up overboard, ships coming in, Titanic. So somebody could be on a boat, cruise ship, something. Okay, that could be significant. Some water action. The Chariot, Cancer energy. Speaking of water energy. Queen of Wands, Chariot. Oh, wow, guys. This is some powerful vibes. Stop. Okay, the collective is feeling powerful, bold, resourceful, capable, excited, determined. I'm getting an energy, someone waiting for like something, a last final piece, receiving it, and then being able to go full speed ahead towards a particular goal or manifestation. You were looking for this one thing, this one green light. Okay, you were looking for someone to give you an inch. You're going to take a mile with it. Okay, but not like in a bad way. This is someone like a mustard seed of faith growing in something very beautiful, very grand, very explosive here. Okay, taking what you have and tripling it, quadrupling it, whatever. Beautiful energy. What the fuck is this? Six of Swords. Yeah, rainbow energy. Leveling up, ascending, major ascension here. Ascension symptoms could be significant here. Okay. Oh, unlocking so much power within yourself. This is like a superhero who's already powerful as fuck, unlocking another like superhuman strength. Like, wow, you're only getting stronger. You're only getting stronger. You're taking yourself to the next level here, collective. You're just outdoing yourself. It's like people think, oh no, like they can't go harder than this. They can't do better than this. This is your peak. This is your greatest piece of work, and yet you outdo yourself again. It's that type of energy. Or this is you feeling like God has outdone itself. This is you feeling like, damn, okay, I think we can get better than this, but it absolutely can. Okay, the collective is being reminded that the sky is not the limit. There is no limit. And if there is a limit, it's one that you are putting on yourself or you're putting on a certain situation. You control where the cap is in your life, collective. What the hell is this? What? Seven of Cups. I don't know why it's the seven, so it's hard for me to read. So 7 out here. I don't know, you could be seeing that a lot, and there's something you're not being completely clear on in regards to matters of the heart or something that you should do here. Yeah, it's like, okay, your heart's telling you one thing, but it's like, okay, like, should I take action on that? Should I not? Or there's something that you want to do, but in your heart, you don't know if it's right. 7 of Cups, yeah, and that speaks to a little bit of confusion, not being able to see things clearly, not really seeing something for what it is. Be patient with yourself. If you're still confused on where you stand with someone or with something, you just don't know, be patient until this new moon. More will be revealed to you. Don't beat yourself up too much now to have a finite answer on something. Allow the new moon to reveal more to you, okay? I feel like the full moon opened up the collective to be able to receive some harsh truth. And then that new moon is going to be like the, like whatever the universe is giving, handing out for us to get a little bit more clear. Does that make sense? I'm thinking of cheaters when he would like call them and tell them, okay, like we have the evidence, we have everything, just meet me here, right? Like the Aries full moon was that phone call, that moment of like, yeah, we got some shit, we're about to meet up and let you know. And then this Libra new moon is going to be you actually seeing, looking at the camera, right? If you ever watch Cheaters, you know, and seeing what's going on. I'm not saying it's going to be as harsh as that. It might be for some people. You might find out somebody's cheating. They've always been a cheater. I don't know. So that might be a literal situation for someone, but it doesn't have to be. It's going to range. Just see it as, you know, truth being revealed. Yeah. Bottom of the deck, we have the Strength card, but it is nothing that is going to break you, collective. Okay, this new moon is really going to reflect to us just how far we have come, just how much we have made it through. Watch out for the infinity symbol, the number 10. Okay, something is going to, like, I don't know, it's like jumping from 70% to 100%. I can't even explain that type of energy, but that's the vibe. It's like you expected to have to deal with it a bit longer, to have to put a bit more work in, whatever. You expected to have to do 30% more work, but no, it just, the way things work out, it's like being rewarded faster than you thought. There's a message there for someone. Anything else, collective? Yeah, just remember your strength, okay? When you're making decisions, choose the bold decision. Choose a decision that you're not shrinking yourself in order to make this decision, okay? You're not playing small. You're not thinking small. You're not expecting anyone else to play small, okay? We should encourage strength from everyone, okay? Not just from ourselves, but encourage that in everybody else. Allow them to make bold decisions, courageous decisions. Anything else? I think that is it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this reading up. Trying to see if I can get a personal reading done tonight, but I don't like to push myself, so we'll see. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that up. That's the reading, that's the message. I'm sending everyone love and good vibes, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.